Hi friends, Kansi here from Atop Serenity Hill, and I just finished an art journal and thought you might enjoy a little walkthrough of the art journal. And one of the reasons I thought about sharing this was because someone recently asked me if I have themes for my art journal, my art journals, not just art journal. And the answer was both yes and no. This one definitely doesn't have a theme. A little bit of a pocket. This one was started over 2 years ago, maybe even close to 3 years ago, and it is a conglomeration of so many different ideas and classes I've taught and collaborations and things for my membership and all kinds of things just for me. And so sometimes I do have a theme, but a lot of times it's just play. It's just me deciding that I want to work in this journal. So this journal, by the way, you can see how chunky it got. Actually starts this skinny. Okay. It's a dot journal that I get a set of 3, brown, white, and then there's a black one on Amazon. The link is below if you would like them. And they really do take all kinds of media. They're a really nice paper, thicker than printer paper, and it takes stamping and gluing collage and watercolor and stenciling. It takes all kinds of media. This is watercolor, and then Sharpie, not Sharpie, Posca paint pens. So it does take a lot of media. So, again, there was no theme. It was just me turning the next page and playing. And, as you can see, it goes from, this was an actual class I taught, to a tarot spread, because, that was what popped up that day, and this was the perfect journal for it. It is also a way of showing that you don't need a lot of supplies. I show this page a lot when it comes to that, because it was only pretty crappy colored pencils and a ballpoint pen, and it was in a class that I was taking, and that were the supplies. So I just thought, it might be nice to see what someone else does. I always find it interesting to see what other people do in their art journals. This was one of those pages where I have a lot of washi tape that just doesn't seem to want to go away, so I just taped it all down. A lot of these rolls are still around because washi tape just seems to last forever. Pages like this, which were just me teaching some quick styles in a local class I do, and then, a lot of play, and then realizing that I had something I needed to say. That is a lot that happens in my art journals as well, is that I come to it always with a sense of play and curiosity and fun, and find out near the end, that I had something that was noodling in my brain and I needed to talk about, and I can add words, or sometimes the images speak their truth, and the hard stuff will come once I start with the play. That's my style of art journaling. So this was an experiment to see about cutting the pages. I love that. But lots of vision boards also show up, and there's quite a few pages in this journal that are here on YouTube. Lots of grid journaling. This was a version of grid journaling, and then the more collage grid journaling. So you can always pop back in my channel. If you are new here, please subscribe. That would be awesome. But go back through my videos and see if there's anything that strikes you as interesting. I like this. This is last Halloween. And then, see if there's any videos that are inspirational for you to work on your own art journal. This was a section where this was 5 minutes, then I set the timer for 10 minutes, and then I set the timer for 15 minutes. And just to show that, if you set yourself up with little spaces, then you can kind of just pop in and out of your art journal in small bits of time. So, you know, sometimes the pages are covered, sometimes not so much. More grids. I love this grid with the way of setting yourself up for just something to do a little bit each day by having all the colors ready to go, the squares designed. Again, another set yourself up for lots of little bits of time for having a creative practice. You know, you have a big amount of time, do this space. You have literally a minute, color in the little section of blue. Just add some journaling. You never know what you need to say. Some cards, one with collage, one with watercolor. And then we're coming, you know, this is me definitely knowing this is coming to the end of this year because I just finished this. This was actually the last page I did, a sugar skull for a class I was teaching. And the only fold out, oh no, shouldn't say that. There's one fold out at the beginning, one at the end. So that's something, as I came near to the end of the journal, realizing that I don't do a lot of interactive things in my journals, and that's something that has been showing up a lot as a curiosity for me. And so I feel like the next journal I start at another journal, or when I go to dive into another journal that is not finished, that more interactive things will probably show up, because I realized I wasn't doing a lot of that, but I find them fun. So I think what I'm going to do, I hope you enjoyed that walkthrough. If you have a question about a page you saw, please comment below. And one thing I didn't do was cover it. I usually have something on my covers. If I've handmade them, then usually the covers are designed already, but because this comes just in this craft color, I'm going to cover it here with you, and probably just with lots of collage. And because that's something I feel like I'm in the season of collage right now, as opposed to, you know, the season of just doing lots of doodling or doing mandalas, or, you know, just my season right now is making journals, collage, and at least that's the focus. So I'm just going to put on some music and I'm going to decorate my cover. And thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you have not subscribed, please do so. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. It always helps us here on YouTube. And if you have a question or a comment about anything you saw inside, please leave it below, and I would love to be in conversation with you. Thanks so much, friends. See you soon.